Hey everyone, Kihani here, and I just want to say thanks for all the support on the Zombie Apocalypse tier list. I didn't expect it to get as many views as it did, even though I wanted it to, right? I just wanted to get this video out there and say thank you for the support, and more tier lists will be on the way. Not the very next video, but the video after next will be another tier list, so there's something to look forward to. So thank you and enjoy the video. Am I the asshole for humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Posting from my inactive account because I have some friends lurking on the main one. I, 22
Mm,
female, broke up with my boyfriend, 24 male, around 8 months ago. We decided to mutually call it quits and parted in pretty good terms, which is good because we happen to share a friend group. After a rough patch, I decided to start taking a bit of care of myself, eating better, going to the gym, going to therapy. The shift was pretty evident, both in my attitude and the way I looked. My friends said I looked much happier and healthier, and I began gaining confidence little by little. Now I'm a huge nerd. I play D&D weekly. I have thousands of hours in Stellaris, and most relevant to the story, I like to cosplay as a hobby. Most of my old cosplay
mhm,
involved characters that didn't show their face or body too much, like Hornet from Hollow Knight, Mono from Little Nightmares, etc. But since I've been feeling more confident, I've decided that for the big con in my city, I'd like to try something different. A friend convinced me of going as Viper and Chamber from Valorant, so for the past 6 months, we've been pouring most of our free time into the cosplays. 3 weeks ago, I sent a picture of me wearing the cosplay to the group chat asking for feedback for the final details. My ex immediately DM'd me asking to please not wear that cosplay to the con because it might make his new girlfriend uncomfortable. I asked what about it would make her uncomfortable, but he refused to elaborate. I knew he was dating someone new, but I didn't know she was coming with us to the con. I tried to explain to him this was the work of months and I couldn't just throw it all away because a girl I'd never met felt uncomfortable about it. In the end, I wore it to the con and it was a huge success. I tried to keep my distance from the larger chunk of our group because my ex and his new girl were with them, but we did spend a good part of the day with them. Throughout the whole thing, the new girl kept making snide comments at me and laughing whenever I got asked to pose for pictures. Everyone looked uncomfortable, but nobody said anything. After leaving the con to have dinner, another friend asked the new girl if she wouldn't like to try cosplay as well. Her answer was, "Why would I need more attention from guys? I already have a boyfriend. I'm not a slut." I
mm.
snapped and told her stop acting like a pick me bitch because I got attention all day. She started to cry immediately. My ex steps in asking me to apologize. I tell him I'll only do it if she apologizes for the way she's been acting around me all day. More and more of our friends start to join the screaming match, and it gets so bad we end up getting kicked out of the restaurant. It's been 5 days, and the ex is threatening to leave the friend group if I don't apologize. I honestly wouldn't care if he did, but some of our friends are asking me to do so to stop him from leaving. Should I cave? Am I the asshole?
I
What's
don't
the
know. I feel like it depends on the like how her cosplay was.
why?
Because if it's like that really revealing stuff, I can see why she'd be like uncomfortable. But other than that, not really.
Okay, I can kind of see what you mean because if it's like, yeah, I guess it depends. To me, I'm getting the vibe that it's not that revealing. Like if it's a little cleavage, it's
Yeah,
not gonna hurt nobody. Like how
just a
uncomfortable?
immature
Let's
child
see.
there. Kind of got to grow up.
Bro, and there's no way that this cosplay is gonna be revealing at all. There's no way, because the character they're going as is like fully dressed up, like covered head to toe. So, but maybe it's like
Um,
skin tight, so it shows off her curves and her body, which is good for her.
yeah.
That's
See,
not a big deal. It's not that crazy. Like it's just
yeah,
she'll be
she just got to get over herself.
anyway. Answer the question: am I the asshole? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, no, because she's just wearing an outfit, and this girl who she's never met before, who's probably barely even like a person to the friend group in general, because it's just like her ex's friend or girlfriend. But you know what she said? I already have a boyfriend. I'm not a slut. That's crazy. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. Caught my attention. It's not a long one. Am I the asshole for sitting on public toilet seats and not telling my boyfriend when I when I
What?
when I, 27 female, need to pee in public, for example at a restaurant or gas station, if the toilet seat is clean, I will sit down on the toilet to pee. If it has a little bit of pee on it, I always wipe it with a tissue before I sit down. My boyfriend of 3 years recently learned this when I made a passing comment about sitting in a porta potty, and he is absolutely horrified. He's really grossed out that I had sex with him after sitting on a public toilet seat, and likens it to him wiping his dick on the lid of a toilet, or that he's putting his mouth on people's poop particles when he goes down on me. I asked a
Mm,
couple of friends, and so far the consensus is that I'm definitely the gross one and I should always hover to pee. I feel like I'm going crazy. Am I the asshole for sitting on public toilets?
no.
Really? I don't know. I'm conflicted.
No, dude, that's literally my entire job. They're clean. Trust me, they're clean.
And you think, can you
And that's
trust?
like, like Walmart. Like at Walmart, probably not. Those people are just nasty. But like if you're going to like a restaurant, you should be fine.
If I have a woman, I don't know if I'd be comfortable being like that with her if she was all on a toilet like that.
Well, it's like you act like she doesn't shower. You act like you're gonna go out and then right after just be there like that, like
Okay,
down there.
okay,
It's,
but
if you want to gross this guy even more, when people flush the toilet, it sends the poop particles into the air. So like you're always covered by it. You're just gonna get over it. People usually shower before getting freaky.
yeah.
It's like a
But if she doesn't
common
shower,
thing.
then that's weird, right?
Yeah, it's just weird. I know there's some people that just don't wipe it down even when there is pee on it.
I see someone saying not the asshole because hovering ladies are the ones who make the toilets dirty and disgusting for the
Oh
rest of us.
yes, dude. They're the ones that pee on the toilet, and it's like, yo, what? Like, what? I
Don't
go in
worry, I
there
can hover. My
sometimes
aim's good.
to like clean. I go in there like clean the toilet sometimes, and it's like in the women's, it's like, how the hell did you just pee on the toilet seat? I'm like, sometimes I think it's like old ladies, but then it's like, doesn't make any sense. Like, did you start peeing too early, like before you sat down all the way?
Plus, as a guy, I know
I feel
there's
like I don't
days.
come in here every freaking 30 minutes and wipe it down.
If it's a super public restroom, I know that there's days where I just, aim's not locked in.
Mm.
All on the floor.
Dude, the freaking it's not that serious. It's not the end of the world. Like if the restroom's dirty, I don't think like they even have those like paper things you can put down to where it's like, okay, yeah, you're
Yes.
not actually sitting on the seat. You're just kind of sitting on the paper. Unless he's like a germaphobe, I think that's a bit extra.
And also, his immediate comment by that was worrying about sex. So, I mean, I guess he's always
Well,
just expecting
there's
me.
been like stories
I've
of
heard the
people
horror
getting like
stories, yeah.
HIV or like AIDS and stuff like that.
Oh,
For the longest time, I used to be scared of like sitting on the toilet because I saw this story of a guy that got his balls bitten by a snake.
I think we can agree. Not the asshole. She can use a little
Yeah,
baby wipe afterwards. He'll be okay.
yeah.
Let the girl sit down on a toilet like it's made for. Here's another fun one. Am I the asshole for not giving my parents half of my lottery winnings? Context. I won approximately 4 million euro
Dang.
earlier this year from the lotto. Currently, the money is diversified into several index funds. I was planning on giving them 750,000 euro as a thank you, but when I mentioned that as a counteroffer, they got mad and started calling me selfish. I'm 19 male, and my parents are 49 male and 47 female. Without getting into too much detail, making this longer than necessary, I only waited around a week before I told my parents. They were excited, and so was I. It was all going fine until they started talking about the money as if it was theirs. They were talking about retiring, going on holiday, buying a boat and a new car, traveling the world, etc. I asked them how much they expected to have. Stone cold face, they said half. I understand that with giving
Mm.
half, having 2 million left is already enough, but why should they be entitled to that? I know they're my parents, and we've had a great relationship. To me, 750,000 euros seems like it's enough, as they already have their own savings and paid off a mortgage. So am I the asshole for refusing to give my parents half of my winnings?
No.
There's actually a quick edit here. I posted this and went to sleep. Didn't expect it to blow up the way it did. I want to thank everyone for giving me advice and some insight on the situation. I'll do my best to reply to any DMs I've gotten, as well as the comments. To clear something up, I've seen a few people talk about tax since I live in the UK. Lottery winnings are not taxed, so I get the full amount.
Hmm.
I may have not clarified this in the post, but my parents did not accept the 750,000 euro and insisted the original amount, 2 million euro. This argument's been going back and forth for some time now, but a lot of the comments I read mentioned that I should lower my offer instead of just letting them try to control me. I thought about what
Mm.
I can do, and they're still my parents, so I still want to give them a portion of my winnings despite the fact they felt entitled to have. And for the reason why I told them instead of keeping it a secret, I'm young and I was excited, so I only saw it as a positive thing. All right, Tanner, give some opinion.
Our parents, absolutely horrible. What do you need the money for? You're old.
What
Just
would
like
you
stay home,
what
hop
would
on
you
the
do
game.
if you won $4 million in a lottery? What would you do?
I probably like avoid. Well, if I wasn't getting taxed for it, I would just put it all into savings and just keep working at my job, and that's just about it.
Put really just all in this like savings right away?
Yeah, because the more money you have in savings, the higher percentage it gets that you make more. So if you just keep all that in savings, you'll just keep getting higher and higher. I'll put like maybe I'll put 3.5 million into savings just in case evil bank people.
If I won the $4 million in the lottery, I'll immediately buy probably like 3 million something spicy McChicken.
I was about to say infinite cheesy roll-ups from Taco Bell.
Yeah. Top comment. Don't ever tell anyone you win the lottery, ever. Am I the asshole for wanting to poop alone?
No, dude, already know. I love doing that.
I asked my husband to take our 19-month-old with him this morning to drop my daughter off at school. I asked him so that I could use the bathroom alone. Every time I try to poop, my son either screams outside the door or wants to sit on my lap. My son took him and ran into traffic. Roads closed, trains stuck until they were driving for an hour. My son wasn't happy about it and screamed screamed the whole time. My husband gets home and starts screaming that it's not fair to our son that I lock him in a chair in the car for an hour so I can use the bathroom. He says I'm an asshole because our son shouldn't have to deal with that. I replied that I guess we can't take our son in anywhere anymore since he's not allowed to be locked up at all. Am I the asshole?
I don't think wanting to poop alone is that serious. You
That's
know.
probably crashing out a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
He probably
like
just got
the dad's
annoyed that
not in
like
the wrong, but it's like,
like he's probably annoyed that the kid's just like being annoying. I wonder how little the kid is because how 19-month old.
bro. Okay, see, night. Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's time for them to be put in the little crib for a little while. Top
yeah.
comment, not the asshole. The next time your husband is pooping, open the door and pop your toddler in the bathroom with him. Just chemical warfare against the child. This one sounds spicy. Am I the asshole for making my coworker miss his proposal because I wouldn't cover his shift?
Bro,
Spicy.
yes, bro. What the heck?
Let's see. I, 29 female, work at a restaurant with this guy. We can call him Markiplier. A few weeks ago, he told everyone he's planning to propose to his girlfriend during a concert they were going to, and he kept hyping it up nonstop. The problem is that he scheduled himself to work the same night and apparently forgot to request it off. A few days beforehand, he started begging people to switch with him. Nobody wanted to because it was a Saturday night shift. He eventually asked me because I technically wasn't scheduled that day. I had a pretty full week personal stuff, and I didn't really feel like it, so I told him I can't cover it. He kept asking and was asking
Bro,
me what plans I have, but I didn't. If you're wondering why he didn't ask the others, one of them was flying and the other one had something specific. I don't remember. So Mark had to work. Apparently, he tried to rush the concert after his shift, but by the time he got there, the moment he planned was ruined. Because the band had already played their big final song, he ended up proposing afterward in the parking lot, and according to him, it wasn't special anymore. After, he was a little passive aggressive to me and complained a little that I ruined it, but I feel like forgetting to request off for your own proposal is not my responsibility. Am I the asshole?
yeah. The
Really?
hell's wrong with you? You like,
I don't
I
think
wasn't
so.
really doing anything. I
I
wasn't really
don't think
doing anything.
I don't think he's that.
Do you know how hard it is to plan that, dude? Like the stress of that, and then like it's easy just to forget that. Oh yeah, I have to work. It's not that he forgot that he was doing that. He forgot that he was working.
Bring
And it's
this
not
on
like
a full
she
context
was
here.
doing anything anyways.
Let's bring this
So
on to full
it's
context here. I get what you're saying. You're saying that it's not his fault that he forgot and was asking her to cover his shift, but like he started like complaining and got mad with like has been passive aggressive to her afterwards about it.
yeah,
But
I do the same thing.
it's not really like she didn't do anything, Like she's just a person.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I would be passive aggressive, but because it's like you're not really doing anything, it wouldn't hurt you to be a little nice. This is a special moment. Honestly, if I was him, I just wouldn't show up that day.
But I think it's kind of funny, and the top comment points this out. I can't believe he proposed in the parking lot after the concert, lol. Dude, just plan
Yeah,
something else a different day.
it has to be like a sentimental thing, because
Yeah. It's
if
like you
not,
probably
it's
should
like a.
have done it at a different point after the concert.
Well, you don't know. Like maybe like it was her favorite band or something, and like you said, like a specific song already passed, so it was probably her favorite song.
Maybe, yeah. But
So it's highly possible.
I still don't think this is the Redditor's fault because I totally get that. Like, it's not her responsibility to take this guy's shift working.
Yeah, but she could have at least been nice and been like, it wouldn't kill me to work on this thing. It's not like it's the end of the world if I do. She was like, I just didn't really feel like it. It wasn't like any specific reason. She just like, nah,
I don't think that makes her the asshole, though.
doesn't make. Yeah, no, but it's like it makes her selfish, and it's just kind of mean. You can't expect her not to be like passive aggressive against you.
So I think we're half asshole.
This is a tricky one. Yeah.
But like not full like they
It's
didn't
like,
do anything
he should have
wrong.
been he should have been like, it is his, like, completely his fault, but it's like, he was just asking people to be nice. And the fact that nobody, was like, nah, we got our own things, which they did have their own things. And then there's this one person that's like, I just don't want to. Just like
She
that.
didn't do anything wrong, but she could have been nicer, I suppose. I can agree on that. And also, this guy should have, I don't know, like he made a mistake, and it's a pretty crappy mistake to make. And yeah, he's probably self. I mean, everyone's reacting human here, I suppose. Everyone's being selfish and passive aggressive in their own ways.
Yerp.
Not the asshole, but she could have been nicer. Am I the asshole for refusing to appear in an apology video? A week ago, a neighbor, 16, unintentionally scratched my car with her bike. She immediately stopped, started crying, and called her mother for assistance. The scratch appeared worse than it actually was, and in store, it was simply polished away for a small amount. Since it was an accident and a very minor one, I didn't charge the girl or her mom. When she apologized, I told her it was alright and advised her to be extra cautious next time, especially around cars. A few days later, why am I on a different story? What the heck? Am I the asshole for looking in my friend's vagina 6 years ago. Get me out of here, bro.
Mm.
A few days later, her mother wrote that her daughter still feels a bit bad and wishes to offer more sincere apology. I wrote that everything is good and that I don't have any problems with them. She said they would only deliver a cake as a small act of peace. I agreed and thought, okay, that would be sweet. When they arrived, girl was holding a cake box in her hands and her mother had a phone. Oh, oh God.
Yikes.
Yikes. The girl began muttering about taking responsibility and putting things right, but it appeared
Oh,
as though she wanted the earth to engulf her. Then her mom quietly said, "Now give him the cake and ask if he accepts your apology." I looked at her again and asked if this was being filmed. Her mother said that she wanted to make a video as it serves as an excellent illustration of how young people can take responsibility for their actions. She said she could hide my face, but she needed to video me accepting apology from her daughter. I took the cake and told the girl everything was okay between us and that I already accepted her apology that day. Then I turned to her mom and said I didn't want to be a part of the video. She started arguing with me, said that I could have just let her finish properly, but in the end, I just went home. Girl mom is upset with me now and doesn't even say hello when she sees me. For the sake of good neighbor relations, perhaps I could have waited 30 seconds. I don't see how a simple apology was transformed into a scene. Girl seemed really uncomfortable. I was filmed without my permission, and I might have looked after it was published as someone who demands apologies from kids. Am I the asshole?
you said it's like a public place, right? Wasn't like his house.
I think they pulled up to his house because they're neighbors.
I was about to say, she just like showed up to your house filming. It's crazy. Yeah, but
Anyway, they're
yeah,
neighbors.
that mom's
Someone would know.
tweaking. I bet you it's like a Instagram mom or like a TikTok mom that like films her child doing stuff
Whenever they pulled up with the cake
for
box,
views.
you know, what I was expecting is to see, and then I looked at her Meta Ray Bans with the blue light on.
Mm,
Apparently, the girl was uncomfortable too. What is the mom?
yeah, you
I
happen to
can
stand in front of your neighbor's house.
like
What do you mean you don't like it when I record you?
I just know that she's trying to start up like a 2016 family vlog channel where she abuses her kids. This guy's not the asshole. I mean, it's his right to not be recorded. He just like accepted their apology, said, "Hey, why are you recording? Don't do that." And then the mom started
No, thank you.
they started screaming and crying about it, and then he just went home. And then I walk out like a G. I hope the cake was good.
I bet you it was like that
Like a
freaking
Walmart
Sam's
bought cake.
Club. Oh yeah, I was about to say like that Sam's Club pre-made cake.
Imagine this, and here's what happens. She told her daughter to purposefully scratch his car
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
so she could make her hit
Scratch.
apology video to post on Instagram. All right, honey, I need you to go ride by and scratch his car. There are 2 free throws for SGA. Am I the asshole, honestly, for telling my friend his weight is ruining my vacation? Why do the people title it like this, bro?
Yikes.
Am I the asshole for
Because
killing my
I
best friend? Like,
it
instantly, I'm
gets your
against them.
attention.
It is. This got my
Ugh.
attention. I, 21 female, am currently on vacation with my friends. Apple, 21 female. Banana, 22 female. Clementine, 21 male. Durian, 22 male. I imagine these aren't their real names, 'cause those are our
Obviously, those are
friends.
fruits, dude.
But imagine that is their own names.
Dude, crazy.
Craziest friend group in existence.
Call
Last
ourselves fruitcakes.
we're the fruit ones. Last year, we decided to book our first proper friend group trip after having known each other for 3 years. We booked a month-long trip through Southeast Asia. My friend Durian has been struggling with his weight for the past couple of years. 2 years ago, he confided in us that he struggles with binge eating and low self-esteem due to the way he looks. We've tried helping him in several ways, but he never accepts any help and avoids the topic altogether. If you bring the topic up, he just changes the subject or says he will try his best to seek help, but doesn't end up taking any action. We have thus decided we won't talk about it anymore unless he brings it up himself, because Durian told us we are putting too much pressure on him, which worsens his mental health. 1 year ago, when we booked our trip, Durian announced that he would be going on a proper weight loss journey. We were kind of skeptical because he hadn't worked on his mental health, so we didn't believe weight loss would be possible without fixing the cause first. But we still decided to support him the best we could. His goals was to go from 18 stone to 14 stones in 1 year. Okay, bro,
What?
what does that mean? That's 252 pounds.
Yeah, how much is a single stone? British people living in the medieval times talking about
14
something.
pounds.
I weigh 10 stones. Oh,
So 18 stone, which is 252 pounds, to 196 pounds. His goal was to go from 18 stone to 14 stone in 1 year. I myself am not the fittest, so I told him we should start training together. For about a month, he showed up to our training session, but then he just stopped coming. He always had an excuse of why he couldn't come. We tried to ask him how he was doing with the weight loss, but he would always answer saying it is a private matter, and talking about it makes him uncomfortable. 1 month before we left for our holiday, he told us he had gained almost 2 stone during the entire year. As the trip came closer, I started to get annoyed by his behavior. Oh, here's the assholeness is coming out. It's coming. He continuously complains about seating. He complains about people giving him looks, which I haven't noticed. Complains about walking, not wanting to go sightseeing. He doesn't even have clothes, etc. I don't mind him not wanting to participate in certain plans, but the constant nagging is just ruining my mood. My last straw was the water park. The whole ride to the park, he just kept saying how insecure he is about his body and that he can't handle going to a place where people will be looking at him. Then he refused to enter the park and made a whole scene at the entrance. I just told him him that he doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to, but not to ruin my vacation with his weight problems, and that he should have thought about that before coming here. After I said this, he went back to the Airbnb with Banana. Apple and Clementine are on my side, saying he brought me to my breaking point, that he should apologize for his behavior. But Banana thinks I was too harsh and should have thought about his mental health. I haven't talked to him in 2 days, and we still have 3 weeks left of our trip. Am I the asshole? I don't think she
No,
is. She got mad because like this is a
like
month trip and he's just complaining, complaining. Listen, him being overweight's one thing, right? He could be like a happy overweight person, you know? Like there's people who like still be happy. I've seen, listen, we're American, all right? We've gone to plenty of water parks. We've seen water parks with pure-made American men who go out there with their shirts off, you know? Everyone's different. He says he's insecure about it, which sure, why not? That's fine. But yeah,
he
the entire
needs.
time, yeah, no, he needs
I feel
to
like they should
help.
try harder to help him. Like obviously he doesn't want it, but it's like he
Me.
wanted to like start working out with y'all. And I'll tell you like how our coach told us. It's like, what do you mean you're not coming to the workout? Go to his house and take him right now. Go
Yeah.
kidnap him and bring him to the weight room. He's working out.
It's easy to say they should be helping more, but even then, like he says he doesn't want to talk about it every time. Like they're just friends. Like everyone
And
has
that's
their own
just
lives going on.
and that's when you're just gonna be mean about it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they need to.
Either you get better or you give up
Who knows? Maybe
and
this is
become a
it.
loser.
Maybe this is the meanness that's gonna start the true lock-in. But I think we can agree that I'm a pretty nice guy. But if I went on like a month-long trip that I've been planning with like a year with y'all, and one of y'all on some, he who will not be named type ish, just start complaining the entire trip, the entire trip about not wanting to do things, bro.
You know,
Like
next time if I ever go on a trip with y'all, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm too fat. I can't go there.
that was you hiking
Oh,
with
you
us that
guys are
one time.
ruining my time. Hey, bro.
Nah, you weren't even complaining for real. You were just dying silently like a man.
Dude, I didn't bring my freaking inhaler, and I was like, actually dying. I really was not. I was expecting us to like be on a trail and not be like
Get
trekking
lost.
through uneven ass ground.
But
So I was like, oh, this shouldn't be too bad. And the trail wasn't even that bad. Like going back on the trail, since we weren't lost in the woods for 3 hours. Oh, Javier's gonna get it one of these days. I'm gonna. This guy.
But yeah, this guy's just complaining the entire trip. Like it's probably only been a few days, bro. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out. I want to. Then
Shut up.
then I genuinely have to slime bro out for talking like that. You're right. Maybe they should be on some coach type ish and like pull up to their house whenever he wanted to exercise and force him to do it. Really be there for him. But this guy has all types of insecurities and stuff. It's not this girl's fault.
Yeah, it's not.
She's just wanting to enjoy her trip, have a hot girl summer or something. I don't know.
Word. I love that.
I didn't even realize that, but the top comment points this out. Not the asshole, but choosing cute little fruits for all of your other friends and naming him after a giant, ugly sewer stink fruit was a choice. You know what a durian smells like, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not really her fault. Like, that guy is just a vibe killer, bro. That title's insane, though, bro.
Am I the asshole for calling my friend a fat piece of shit?
Like,
It's like,
zero, like.
I think so. What are you talking about?
Am I the asshole for wanting to sleep with my boyfriend? I'm intrigued.
That's
She sounds like a nice woman to me.
Oh, it's a woman? I thought it was the dude. Oh, this is a really nice lady.
For quick context, I, 22 female, have been dating my 23 male for 3 years now. A few weeks ago, we moved in together. We both work, pay our bills, and neither of us rely on family members for financial support. The other day, my mom and stepfather came to visit us since they were in the area and they wanted to check out our new house. Since it was a good few hours away from where they live and they arrived in the evening, my boyfriend and I were more than willing to let them spend the night in an empty guest room. As everyone was settling in for the evening, my mom was confused as to why my boyfriend wouldn't be sleeping on the couch. I was also confused and said that we sleep together
What?
in the master bedroom. What's up?
My mom was confused on why we sleep together in the same bed, even though we live in the same house. What? Is she stupid?
Oh, wait,
What?
wait, 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 hold on. Next sentence says, my mom is very old-fashioned and doesn't improve any type of intimacy before marriage. She was also against the idea of me and my boyfriend moving in together, but she held her tongue during the duration of the visit so far. We got into an argument and boiled it down to my mom demanding that my boyfriend either sleep on the couch or on the floor in our bedroom. I said that was ridiculous, and it wasn't like we were going to be doing anything inappropriate within the vicinity of my parents. She said that she was still my mother and that I should do what was asked of me. At that point, my stepfather stepped in and asked that we just listen to her and that I was making things difficult for everyone. In the end, nothing got resolved and my parents left. I assumed they got a hotel room for the night and left to go back to their house the next morning. I got an angry text from my mom where she called me a sinful little girl. What the heck?
Mm,
And that she raised me better than that. She told an aunt of mine what happened, and I later got a call from her where she said that my mom can be pushy and annoying, but I need to be the bigger person and apologize. My boyfriend is on my side, and his parents and siblings are too. I'm posting here so I can get some outside opinions on things. Am I the assholes? Real quick update on the post. One of my little brothers reached out to me the day after Mother's Day. Neither of us particularly care for each other, but he said he was messaging me because my mom told him what happened, and he wanted the perspective of things since what my mom told him seemed very one-sided. I told him what happened and about the argument that ensued afterwards and how I've been ghosting my mom, stepdad, and aunt for the past few days. My grandma didn't reach out to me because she had no idea about what happened, according to my brother. I'm in the wrong for that, and I'm planning on calling and apologize to her later today once I have free time. My brother said that my mom was upset about the whole encounter and didn't even want to visit me and my boyfriend to begin with. It was my stepdad who really pushed for the visit, since again, they were in the area at the time, and he'd feel guilty if they didn't swing by to say hello. She thought our house looked tacky and didn't appreciate our wall decorations. Both of my
Yeah, fuck
boyfriend
this
and
bitch.
I both my boyfriend and I are big fans of slasher movies, and we have a handful of old movie posters and merch hanging up in our living room. We also had a leftover case of beer in the fridge that we got during a hangout with our friends, and my mother doesn't drink, so she didn't like that either. Of course, the main breaking point is that she didn't want my boyfriend and I sleeping in the same bed together. My brother said that she thought that we would be having sex that night. I told him that that didn't even cross my mind. If I'm going to have sex with my boyfriend, I'd wait until we were alone in the house. I would rather die than do that with my parents in the vicinity. I told my brother my half of the story, and he understood and thinks my mom is 90% in the wrong. He said I was an asshole for not saying anything to my grandma for Mother's Day, which I agree with. I'm still not interested in talking
Yeah,
to my mom for the time being, but I'll post updates if anything interesting happens.
it's crazy.
Wow,
Some
daughter,
of some.
your house
I don't
fucking
like anything.
sucks.
Like what?
I'm sorry, you and your boyfriend who bought this house are gonna sleep in a bed together while we're here?
You are evil. What? Like what?
I
It's
raised you
like,
to be better than this.
uh,
What the
I
heck?
really don't want to go in there. I don't want to see her. And your new husband goes, "Oh, I think that's pretty mean."
Actually, the
Well,
dad that
fine. I
stepped
guess
up.
we'll go in and look. Guess we'll go in and look. Oh, I hate everything in this place. This place sucks. What?
I get it. I mean, she could be religious. But no, but like I don't really get it actually. Like, come on. I
I
get
can
it.
understand not wanting them to sleep in the same bed, but the thing is, if you start complaining before you even go in there, what the hell?
I think that even the bed thing's crazy because again, they're like she thought they were gonna crush buns while she was there. She could have brought it up in a way better way. This mom was just angry from the get-go. Poor Granny though.
Mm,
Granny ain't do a thing.
Forgot about grandma. She's gonna get ran over by a reindeer.
Grandma got ghosted for no reason. What'd I do?
What you say fuck me for?
Not the asshole. Mom is evil, bro. This is the mom that's going straight into their retirement home.
Oh yeah, not even the retirement home. She doesn't get a retirement home. She gets to sit at home and rot in her own house alone.
The aunt calling and saying apologize to the mom because I'm being weird is also kind of crazy. Because what the heck? Come into my house, start demanding all these things.
Well,
Start
the aunt probably got told the same story the
the
son
one-sided
was.
story. Yeah, at least the brother like
Yeah,
called and said, "Yo, sister," even though they don't care for each other apparently.
they're probably half siblings.
At least stepdad tried to say hello, but they all say
Hey, how
apologize
you
to the
doing?
mother, which she really doesn't need to, because what the heck? Sorry for wanting to sleep with my boyfriend in the house that we own. Here's another weight one. Here's our trend for the night, I guess. Am I the asshole for losing weight after my in-laws kept insisting I'd get fat after moving abroad? Evil, evil in-laws, bro.
What is going on?
And I, 23
Monsters.
female, moved abroad with my husband, 28 male. Hey, they're married.
It's okay this time.
They can sleep in the same bed now. Moving abroad with a husband about a year ago. Before we moved, my mother-in-law, 57 female, and sister-in-law, 32 female, would constantly make comments about how I was definitely going to gain weight once I got here, like all the time. They'd say things like, "Just wait until you move here. Everyone gains weight. You should buy bigger clothes now. You'll see, you're gonna get chubby." Stuff like that. At first,
I'm
I'd
moving
laugh it
to
off.
freaking Italy because pasta.
At first, I laughed it off, and I'd tell them I wasn't planning on gaining weight and that I'd try to stay active and eat normally, but they acted like it was impossible not to gain weight there. To be fair, during the first couple months after moving, I did gain around 13 pounds. New countries,
Hmm.
stress, eating out more, different routine, all that. But eventually, I started feeling uncomfortable in my body and decided to lose the weight for myself. I changed my habits slowly, started cooking more, walking more, and lost about 33 pounds total. Part of it, honestly, was because I wanted to prove them wrong, not gonna lie. Their comments got under my skin. Now my mother-in-law keeps telling me I'm getting too skinny and saying people will think my husband doesn't feed me or that he's starving me, which is
What?
ridiculous because my husband has been supportive the entire time. He literally tells me that he only cares that I'm healthy and happy and I'm not developing an unhealthy obsession with weight loss or food. For context, I'm eating normally and I'm not underweight or anything extreme. My weight is 132 pounds and I'm 5'4". But now I'm wondering
Oh,
if I became petty about the whole thing because part of my motivation really was wanting to prove them wrong after months of comments about about my body. Am I the asshole? No.
Yeah, like what?
What's wrong
I don't
with you?
really.
Why'd you lose weight?
I feel like it was because people just like say that when you move to like different countries
Italy's a
or
good
like
place though.
what's it called?
Greece,
Like you
Greece.
move to like somewhere like that, like France, Italy, something like that. Obviously, because like the food's different, you're gonna gain weight. So people are like, you're gonna gain weight. Like old people say,
But yeah, evil mother-in-law, evil sister-in-law. Maybe they didn't mean it, but like, I mean,
like
I don't know.
that, but
It's
that's
kind
how
of
she
rude.
interpreted it.
Yeah, and she interpreted it. It's a little bit rude, yeah. But then actually, the afterwards comments of just, why are you so skinny now?
That's the thing that like old people do too. Like it's just like some old because like when you go see your grandma, it's like, oh, you're losing weight. Are you not feeding him? No, mom, I'm feeding him.
Always trying to hold a sister
Oh,
down.
you're gonna get fat when you come here. Oh, you're not getting fat. Your husband sucks.
Not the asshole. Am I the asshole, honestly, for putting a bedtime pause on the Wi Fi because my girlfriend's 28-year-old brother has spent nearly a decade rotting in our house playing video games? Around 8 years ago, my girlfriend's younger brother moved back into our house with his wife after leaving the Marines. After high school, he enlisted,
Mm,
spent a few years mostly doing support and base related work, then got out. His plan was to use his GI Bill, pursue a real education, and figure out a long term career path while staying with us temporarily. We fully supported them, no rent, rehousing, utilities, internet, food, and we constantly cooked meals for them. We also helped with job opportunities, resources, and encouragement. The problem is that temporary slowly became years. He never committed to a school, never held a serious job, and slowly spent all of his time gaming. He stays up until sunrise, wakes up around 3 p.m., and avoids people whenever guests come over. Meanwhile, his wife worked full time as a cashier supporting both of them. Eventually, she cheated and left him, saying she no longer felt anything for someone who had lost all ambition and passion for life. Cheating is wrong, but I understood how resentment could build up after years of carrying someone. After the divorce, he admitted he had wasted years of his life and promised he wanted to change. We supported him through that too. Then my girlfriend's parents moved back onto the property to emotionally support him as well. The house was originally bought by them years ago before being transferred into our names, so technically it's ours now, but there's still family attachment involved. Fast forward to now, and nothing's changed. He's 28 and still spends nearly
bro,
all day in his room gaming. I brought this
should.
issue up to my girlfriend multiple times over the years. Almost every time she either gets angry at me for bringing it up or says he is working on a study program or figuring things out. But those plans never actually happen. Her parents have also admitted that they're tired of talking to him because nothing changes. At this point, I honestly feel like I'm stuck in an echo chamber where everybody recognizes the problem, but nobody wants to confront it anymore. 2 weeks ago, I quietly set a Wi Fi bedtime pause from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. since me and my girlfriend pay basically all utilities, including internet. Honestly, I thought it would affect nobody except him because everyone sleeps like normal adults. My girlfriend got upset because I did it without telling her. She said she couldn't sleep knowing there was tension in the house because of the Wi Fi pause. She also explained that growing up, her grandparents controlled things in the house in ways that made her feel like she had no freedom. So the Wi Fi situation brought back bad memories. I told her I understood and agreed what her grandparents did was unfair, but I also told her she isn't a child anymore, and neither is her brother. This isn't parents punishing teenagers. This is a 28-year-old grown man spending nearly a decade avoiding adulthood while everyone around him financially cushions the consequences. I finally told her something that came from years of frustration. Somehow, everyone can sleep peacefully while watching her brother waste his life isolated in a bedroom gaming all night, but pausing the internet for 6 hours suddenly becomes an unbearable problem. She thinks I'm being cruel towards someone who may be depressed. I think everyone has spent years enabling self-destruction because nobody wants to be the bad guy. Am I the asshole, honestly? Wait.
That guy.
That guy, finish your sentence statement.
That guy just, it's not like he went through anything. Like he was in the military and then not like he has any like trauma that's stopping him from wanting to go out. Literally just doing that himself.
Yeah, he got out. He stayed on base. He didn't see any action. So yeah, he did. Military most likely can't be blamed for this. You never know, but most likely no. He probably is depressed, no doubt about it. Update.
Or just stayed inside.
Hey everyone, thank you for all the comments. I honestly never expected this post to blow up the way it did. I've been trying to read through as many comments as possible and really reflect on the situation instead of reacting emotionally. A lot of people had questions regarding the ownership of the house, and I do admit I wasn't very clear about certain details. Part of it was intentional because I wanted to maintain some anonymity for myself and the people involved in case the post gained too much attention, which it obviously did. I hope you all understand that. After reading through many perspectives, I sat down with my girlfriend last night and we had a very serious conversation about the future and expectations moving forward. I explained to her I can't continue living in a situation where one person refuses to take accountability while everyone else is expected to carry the burden. For clarification, the issue is largely regarding her brother. A lot of frustration comes from the fact that there has been little to no initiative from him despite everyone trying to help him. I understand people go through through difficult periods of life, and I truly try to be patient and supportive. But at some point, effort has to come from the individual too. I told my girlfriend that if nothing changes, we will need to make separate living arrangements and I will move out. As difficult as that conversation was, I felt it was necessary because this situation cannot continue indefinitely without structure, accountability, and actual effort being made. The plan moving forward is to establish real deadlines and measurable steps for her brother to start addressing his situation instead of continuing to avoid it. As many commenters pointed out, VA resources will be the first thing we push him towards pursuing immediately. After that, we discussed career workshops, employment assistance programs, and other resources that could help him get back on his feet and build some long term stability. I also made it clear that I'm willing to support someone who's actively trying to improve their situation, but I cannot continue enabling someone who refuses to help themselves. I care deeply about my girlfriend and her family, which is why I stepped up and stayed patient for as long as I did. But I also realized I need to protect my own future, finances, and mental well being too. For now, I'm focusing less on promises and more on actions. I genuinely appreciate everyone who offered advice, criticism, concern, and even tough truths. A lot of your comments gave me perspectives I honestly had not fully considered before. He's living with elite tiers of Chuddism.
Yeah.
How many Discord servers do you think he runs?
Since he doesn't like people, I would assume not many. Well, since he was in the military, I don't really, because they like kind of train all that weirdness out of you. I mean, you can still be like that, but you're not gonna be like a freaking. You're not gonna be that bad. Like he's not. He's probably not gonna stink like a Discord mod because military's entire thing is you stink. Oh, go wash your ass, stinky, stinky booty. Well, here's another thing. I like in the beginning, I was like, okay, I can understand why he wants to stay inside.
I was wondering, like, I'm like, man, I wonder. I'm surprised he still has a wife. And then it says that she cheated on him.
Yeah, I was like, he said has a wife.
I mean, not crazy. I mean, she got out. She's probably has a man who's doing something at this point. This guy is not
It's
the
just drill
asshole,
sergeant.
obviously.
uh,
Like,
that other dudes. That's just
this is a grown
what the
man
hell.
mad that he's living with a chud.
It was not. That's not an issue. The issue is the internet. That was the in
That
the
is
title. Is
that's
the
right.
internet.
That is the issue, yeah. Because
The
that.
internet's the issue, not the person doing nothing with their life.
But I mean, the update shows that I guess they're talking about it and they're gonna try and make a new step. But I mean, hopefully,
Obviously, it's not gonna work
you
because
never know.
he
It could
doesn't want it
be
to work.
like he probably. You gotta hope for the best, right? This guy
Nah.
spent 8 years just doing
Hope
nothing.
for the best, prepare for the worst.
28, so he got out the military at 20 years old. His parents were probably super happy too. He joined the military, got married, had a decent paying military job, worked on base, wasn't seeing action. And then of course he comes out
Ugh.
and has to just live with his family for a little bit. That's fine. There's no
I
wife too.
was,
Like, that's
I
not
was,
crazy. I
I
know
was
people.
thinking, the reason why he didn't wasn't able to get a job is because when you go into the military and you don't do like the free college they give you, you're pretty much not going to get a job afterwards. It's like, oh, what's your experience? Oh, I was in the military. What does this have to do with being able to say, may I take your order?
Yeah, it's have you put fries
Would
in
you
bags?
like extra? Would you like extra cream? And plus, like there's some of those military people, they get like overly serious. Like when they're in for a long time. This is like not this guy, obviously. He was in for his 4 years and then left. But I don't know. Sometimes those drill sergeants, some people are just really like weak-minded, I guess, and like the drill sergeants can like really get to him. I don't know if you ever seen. I don't know the name of the movie.
Full Metal Jacket, that's what I
But
was
you know
talking
that
about
like
earlier.
yeah, where the guy just kind of like no action. It's just the training's just that serious to him. He goes insane.
I don't think this guy went
This
insane though.
guy,
He's
this
just
guy, this guy probably just came out and was like, "Ah, I'm not good at anything. My life is over. At least I have a nice family that takes care of me, and I'll stay home." And then they are like, "Nah, I need you to do something." It's like, oh, so he's
yeah.
just gonna be more sad and more disappointed in himself.
Reading the post here, it says he wanted to pursue a real education, meaning I guess he didn't get one or whatever.
Yeah, when you join the military, you're supposed to get free college for a
Not the
year.
asshole. The Wi-Fi.
That is
Wow.
crazy. Wi-Fi is crazy. Don't ever do that. Oh, you can literally just limit only him. What's going on? Why we gotta limit all the Wi-Fi?
But
I can
hey,
like
I
mobile
guess
hotspot anything.
it brought up the topic in the house. At least they're hopefully gonna do something about it now. This is 23 days ago, so hopefully this guy, I don't know, gets a job. Like he's gotten a wife before. Maybe he can do it again. This
I
title, bro.
accidentally fucked my brother.
This title,
Am
bro.
I the asshole?
This title,
I
bro.
accidentally got pregnant by my brother. Am I the asshole?
Would I be the asshole for repeatedly telling someone that she eats babies?
You eat babies.
But like, what the heck?
We eat vegetables. You eat babies.
These are so funny, bro. Oh my, am I the asshole? If I continue on a pre-planned trip, if my girlfriend is arrested at the airport due to old warrants, I, 34 male, and my girlfriend, 29 female, have been dating for 6 months and have been planning to attend my cousin's wedding in June. We'll be flying from Detroit to DC DC. I booked the itinerary in April. Earlier today, May, she discovered that she has warrants from over the past few years, says she doesn't remember the charges. I expressed
Whoa.
concerns that she wouldn't be able to board the flight with those warrants in place. She expressed that she would get the warrants
Yeah.
taken care of before the trip in a month. She then asked if I would continue to board the flight if she were to be arrested at the airport. I responded that I would continue to board the flight as it's her responsibility as an adult to have these things in place and that we're not a married couple. Am I wrong?
Nope. Only like if you were like dating for a couple of years, I'd be just like your lady. You're just gonna leave her like that. I mean, obviously she's probably gonna break up with you after that. But like, what do you say it was like your cousin, his cousin's like wedding or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? Acting like I'm a what? What? No. Like
The top comment is hide your credit cards.
actually, high key, yeah.
But yeah, like if you get arrested, bro, like what how do I make this trip all about me?
I don't want my boyfriend to go. How do I stop him? I have outstanding warrants from 20 years ago.
This is when we see the "Am I the asshole?" from another account saying, "Am I the asshole for getting arrested at the airport and telling my boyfriend to stay with me?" And then she doesn't mention that he had a wedding at all or anything. And listen, my warrants, it's not none of his business.
Warrants, murder, suspicion of murder, tax fraud.
She definitely remembers the warrants.
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to because you literally have the cops tell you, okay, yeah, you have to go to court, and then you get it in the mail. And if you don't get it in the mail, since it's modern, you get an email and a text message and a phone call. Obviously, she knew what it was. Oh,
Yeah.
failure to appear in court. Ugh, yikes! Straight to jail.
My asshole for killing my entire family.
For context, my family ate my baby.
Not the
Like the
asshole.
first sentence of it. Am I the asshole for murdering my sister? For context, I put my sister in charge of my child while me and my husband went on a date. I came back. My child was filleted alive, and I could hear him crying. Bro, you're the asshole. She was just hungry.
Not the asshole. Some people gotta die. Here's a freaky one. Am I the asshole,
Okay.
honestly, for jacking off to the nudes my girl sent me?
What?
My girlfriend of 6
That's the
months.
point of them.
My girlfriends of 6 months are very close, and it seems like this relationship will go on for a long time. However, we just had a somewhat crazy fight over her thinking I'm some kind of pervert. So my girlfriend loves to send me nudes because I travel a lot for work, and she surprises me every once in a while with all types of hot pictures of her completely naked in different poses. Being alone most of the time because of work and not having her around, and also being 100% faithful to her, had to mention that. Hey, guys, I'm 100% faithful.
I would never.
Let me be the
SG.
first to say, Happy International Women's Day. Her nudes are the only things that satisfy me when I'm feeling horny. Last night, I was
Okay.
telling her about the one time that room service at the hotel I stayed at almost busted inside while I was jacking off to this picture she sent me, and it was
What?
just a funny story. I noticed she wasn't laughing or smiling, and she was almost angry. So I asked her what happened, and she started going about how gross it is that I'm jacking off to her nudes and WTF is wrong with me. At this point, I'm so lost and think she's just playing around. But no, she starts saying how the nudes she sent me are for me to admire her body. She works out a lot. At this point, I'm so lost and think she's just playing around. But no, she starts saying how the nudes she sends me are for me to admire her body. She works out a lot. And just notice her gains and improvements and all that stuff. And that she would never send me nudes if she knew would be busting to them. Mind you, the nudes she sends me are some real sexual shit. I'm not gonna fully detail them, but just know it's not really artistic anyways. Anyway, I started explaining to
Oh,
her how just because I have needs and I barely see her and I miss her so much and she's the only one I'm attracted to, but nah, she just leaves and says she's going for a drive.
oh.
No, no, he's not. What the heck?
What'd she think? Yeah, I'm gonna. No! Hey, what? No! You mean to tell me your main concern isn't that your significant other is far away, alone, and like it could possibly cheat on you and you have no idea? It's you busted me? Oh, you're freaking nasty. Oh, I sent you those because I want you to praise me. What?
Yeah, I don't even I have no response. I can be devil's advocate, but like she's sending those like consensually by herself of her own volition. She knows that like men are attracted to women sexually, right?
That's nice.
He makes a point to say it's very sexual, so I'm assuming there is nudity, right? And like she knows what
Yeah,
men
completely
do
naked.
to nudity, like to naked pictures, right?
Yeah, that's when she called him nasty. I thought you said you weren't like other guys. This has to be rage bait. There's no way. This has to be rage bait. I refuse to believe this is real.
She must
What
have
did I
been
just say?
like mad
It's
about
real?
something else.
That is just so
Not
stupid,
this.
bro. You're
Yeah.
so nasty. Why are you doing that to my picture? Why were you sending it to me in the first place?